Hey guys, Judy Seeger back. You can see I'm doing my own video here, right? Got to do what you got to do. All right, so this is about the pre-cleanse. What is the pre-cleanse all about? So for 3 days, you're not going to have any meat, any dairy products whatsoever, okay? So why do you have to do the pre-cleanse? Number one, it's to get your body ready. Okay, hey, you know, you've got this whole regime of how you're eating and what you're doing now, but it's time to transition. So this 3 days is super important, people, super important that you do a full-on 3 days, not 2 days, not 1 day, 3 days. It's very, very important that you do the full-on 3 days. It also gets you mentally ready. So you know how it is. It's like you're looking forward to something. You know you're going to do it. You know it's going to be kind of hard. Yet you're going to do it with other people. Okay, all that stuff. But you got to get your brain ready. It's like, oh, I got to get into the zone and get ready for this big thing I'm going to do, right? And we can do it, but it's like that mental shift, all right? It also causes less stress. And why is because when you're going from your normal routine and then you go right into a cleanse, like so many practitioners do that. You go into their office and you say, oh, I'm having these chronic issues, what can I do? And then just kind of like just start you right into something and change your whole life around. And I think it's too harsh. And in my success in working with people on thousands of people, it's that getting ready, transitioning that makes it 1,000 times easier. So that's what we're going to do on this also. We're going to do 3 days of getting you ready. All right, what else? Must you do the pre-cleanse? Yes, 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 you have to. You have to do all 3 days. There's no shortcuts about it. If you do just 2 days, please guys, you know what? It's not going to work. Then just drop out and let somebody else come in. I mean, that's how serious I am. If you decide, well, I only have time for 1 day, you know what? It's not going to work. It has to be 3 on full days, no meat, no dairy. Okay, it's not that hard. It just has to be full on. All right, let's see, what else? What is the pre-cleanse? Okay, so let's go through the actual pre-cleanse. First of all, it means absolutely no meat of any kind. So not only no red meat like beef and pork and whatnot, but also no chicken, no fish, no turkey, no meat of any kind whatsoever, okay? And if you're worried about protein, we'll talk about that a little bit, but it's not that big a deal. You could do 3 days, you'll be fine, and we'll take care of that. And then the no dairy, so no cheese, no milk, no ice cream, no yogurt, okay? My yogurt fans out there, no yogurt for actually this whole thing. It's just good to just take a break from all that, okay? And then we also say, well, then what can you eat? All right, so that's where your fresh fruit. Now you could have any fresh fruit you want on the pre-cleanse except bananas. Bananas are a high-fat fruit. They're very hard to digest. Yes, I know they're high in potassium, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Not for a cleanse, okay? You need to relax with your bananas. Go eat any other kind of fruit that you want. That could be anything from papaya to pineapple to mangoes to grapes. I don't care. Just go have it. And some people ask me about organic versus regular. Yes, organic is best. But listen, folks, just get anything that is fruit at that point. Same thing with the vegetables. You got any kind of vegetables from broccoli to cabbage to anything except white potato. So kind of like the banana thing. White potato is like a high sugar vegetable and it just goes right into your bloodstream and it's just like eating a candy bar. So forget it. No white potato. Any other kind of potato is fine. All right, what else can you have? Beans, any kind of beans, your lentils, your kidney beans, your pinto beans, whatever. Your whole grains, the best two, you could really have any, but the best two are your brown rice, and the very best is your quinoa. Your quinoa grain is best. If you need a recipe for it, let me know. I'll send it to you. Raw nuts, raw seeds, so any kind of raw nuts, so your walnuts, your Brazil nuts, your hazelnut, I don't care, just as long as it's raw, no roasted, no salted. So what would be like a typical menu plan for your pre-cleanse? So in the morning you could have like a green smoothie. A green smoothie is 1 cup of almond milk or rice milk, a scoop of green powder, and that's with spirulina and whatnot, and that's all on your list. And then your fresh fruit. You could add some frozen fruit or some fresh fruit, whatever, into your smoothie and drink that down. That's breakfast, and that's pretty filling right there. And then if you're hungry later on, you could have another one. You could have more fresh fruit. You could have some raw nuts or raw seeds, You could have even sprouted whole grain Ezekiel bread with a little bit of nut butter on there. You know, it's not hard, okay? And then lunch is going to be your steamed veggies with your beans, your quinoa. You could have veggie soup. You could have lentil soup, bean soup, and dinner is basically the same. So there'll be some enough food variety, and you'll actually start feeling better, because taking away the hard foods to digest, your meats and your dairy, you actually like, hey, you know, I actually feel good. It's getting warmer. I don't really feel like having all this heavy food anyway, and that starts getting you ready for the big 3-day. All right, you can have some small salad. You know, people ask me, but I don't really recommend it actually for this whole thing, because salads are hard to digest. The cellulose on the fiber on the vegetable is hard, and I don't really recommend it, believe it or not. But if you feel like you want to, I'm fine with that, not a problem. Okay, so that's the whole pre-cleanse, and so then we'll get into, so the next video, I'm breaking these down into segments. So there's the pre-cleanse video, there's the cleanse video, and then there's the post-cleanse. So the next one will go into the actual cleanse, the 3-day, like what do you do? This one, it's like, look people, it's 3 days, basically focus, no meat, no dairy. And people, eggs, no eggs, no eggs, no eggs. Okay, that's for later. But here's the deal: is just do as best as you can for the 3 days. Okay, best as you can. And so if you have and you forget, you know, you're making a meal for the family and you have a taste of, I don't know, your spaghetti and there was meat in there and you had a taste of that, whatever, that's fine. But you know, 80% of the time, really try hard to do the 3-day pre-cleanse as closely as you possibly can. The 3-day real cleanse, that's the intensive cleanse, that's different. So we'll talk about that in the next video. Okay, bye. See you in a minute.